simply look. There's great power in self-reliance. Self-reliance means you simply look mostly to yourself. It would be nice if someone just gave you this, gave you this, gave you this. It would be nice if everyone did their job exactly as they're supposed to do it. But here's what you've got to do. Primarily rely on yourself. Primarily say, I'm the person responsible. And I will learn the necessary skills so that I can help people learn their skills. If I need lots of people to do certain things to build my organization, that is what I must have. But I've got to be the final backstop. I've got to be the final one that people can rely on. So that if this is missed and this is missed, I can catch up. I can fill the gap. I can do the job. We have to do it when we conduct meetings. We have to do it when we conduct training. We have to do it when we're in a class of just a few. What someone might have missed, we're there to fill in. Self-reliance. Primarily, we're learning to count on yourself. So that you can do this. Never complain and never explain. Here's
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Where are we at? Wednesday? Middle of the week, March 20th. This month is flying by. Before we know it, March is already out of the way. 90 days have blown through the year, past March Madness and into April. Powerful, powerful stuff right here. What a time to be alive. Love to see it. Shane in the building. Talina, what's going on? My man, Rudge. It's good to see you, fam. Good morning. Johnny in the building. What's going on, dreamers? How are we feeling for today? We vibrating high? Got the rituals knocked out. I see some of you got the workout in. We got the journaling. Got the reading. Actually got some trades running for this morning. See how these play out by the afternoon. A lot of greatness is here, fam. Crypto plays are going to be dropped. I was just getting on with Cam yesterday. Some really great swipe coins just launched in the exchange trade idea. So this is it. This is the time that some have been waiting 4 years to take advantage of this time, and we are finally here. So I'm excited, fam. I'm fired up. Today's topic, as you can see, is a good one, right? Today is going to be a little bit of diving into a couple different things, but mainly Paretos principle. So if you guys know about Paretos principle, we're going to get into it today. I'm excited. But as always, before we dive into it, let's see some gratitude. What is everybody feeling for this morning? What is your word for the day? What is your word for the rest of the week? Let me know. Drop it down below. I'll give you guys mine. Paretos principle. Love it. It's a good one. Boom, IG is live. Good to see you, fam. Good morning. So grateful for guys. So thankful to be on here with you, fam. So grateful for this journey. All of the days, the ups, the downs, the knowledge that we have, the value, the inner circle, some of these trade ideas that are coming from all different angles. What a time to go ahead and make the most of history. 2024 March, Bitcoin is below 70K again. This is, I'm telling you guys right now, people are going to wish they could take advantage of these prices, of the market, what's happening in the economy right now. So let's get intentional. Let's get intentional. This is such an important time to be able to plug in, get this cash flow ready, be ready to invest, to put ourselves in position to make the most of 2024. So family, I'm grateful for a lot right now. People, right place, right time. Let's go. Awareness. Yes. Awareness. Okay. My word for the week, my word for the month is going to be action. Okay. Action is the word for the month. We're coming into AZ. And if there's one thing I know, the event is not just the event, right? There's always 3 parts of an event. You have the pre, we have the actual event. Wait till you see these breakthroughs and some of these breakthroughs. And then we have the post event. So everything, what we're doing right now is building towards the event, right? We're planting seeds. We're doing the deep work, right? With our stories, the videos, learning, gaining this knowledge so we can be prepared, so we can be in position, but most also importantly, be ready to put others in a position to win. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when we go to AZ and we get some of these value, and you guys hear some of these stories, and you guys get a piece of what this company is really doing worldwide, the impact that this company is making, nobody's going to be the same coming back home from this event. So trust me when I say this is going to be the biggest, the most important event of the year, and I'm so excited to experience it with all of you. So big week. Yes, masterminds are going to be huge, next level. Definitely, Cedric. Yes. So let's get into it, fam. Pareto's principle. Drop a 3 down below if you guys would like to go ahead and have more doing less. You saw the title of today, Pareto's principle, having more doing less. That sounds wild, but it's the truth. Now, what do I mean by having more and doing less? When I first heard this, I'm the type of person who's used to hustling my way in life, whether it's working multiple different jobs, multiple different side hustles to go ahead and make it happen. So when my mentor was telling me, D, you can actually have more doing less, it never made sense to me. At the beginning of this journey, some people are talking about getting multiple different jobs, and that's the way I always thought. We have to have multiple different jobs to go ahead and maximize our income. Well, that's not the truth. If that was true, think about it. That would mean the people that worked the hardest got paid the most money. So if that's true, then every construction worker that we know, right, we could all agree they bust their butt. They're literally putting up houses left and right on my street. It seems like they're getting up in days, but they're only getting paid a small amount hourly. Why is that? Because in this world, in the economy, it's not about just about how hard that we work. And even on the other side, I remember getting out of college, I have a bachelor's degree. And I'm looking at everybody. So we all got off the stage. We're all holding these diplomas. Drop a 5 down below if you guys graduated college. Let me know. This is interesting as well. I graduated college, $30K in debt, bachelor's degree in business and marketing. And I noticed something that was pretty interesting getting out of school. And it was the fact that all of us just spent all this time, 3, 4, 5, 6+ years for some, even some going to get their master's degree, and we're getting out to make $10, $15, $20 an hour. That never made sense to me. Why are we spending all of this time, all of this money just to get out to make what honestly, somebody that didn't even go to school, they could be making more than that doing a part-time job, finding somewhere that can actually pay them for their value. And the reason is this, because it's not about just being super smart. If it was just about being super smart, that would mean the people, everybody that got a bachelor's degree would have a business. Everybody that had a bachelor's degree would be an investor. Everybody that had a bachelor's degree would be a 6- and 7-figure income individual. And we all know that that's not true. So if it's not about being super smart, if it's not about working super hard, what is the middle ground? It's about being able to have access to the right information. And then my word for the week and my word for the month, action, right? All of the greats, they all say it. To know and to not do is to not know it all. So we have the information. All that's left really is for us to be able to go ahead and take action with it consistently. So here's Pareto's principle. Pareto's principle is this. They call it the 80-20 rule. And it's so profound because you're going to notice this is used everywhere in life. The Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule. Allow me to explain. Let's say we want to look at a company like Apple. Let's say we want to look at a business like McDonald's, right? Do you know McDonald's can predict within probably 100 cheeseburgers how many they're going to sell in the whole year of 2024 in the first month of January? Why? Because business is predictable, right? All businesses are like this. They're able to go ahead and generate a scale to predict where the number is going to be off of a couple different things. One is Pareto's principle. 20% of the effort creates 80% of the business. I Am Mastery Academy. For those of you that don't know, out of all of the customers that we have inside of this platform, do you guys know that 90% of them are business owners? 90% of them. Or I'm sorry, 90% of them are not business owners. 90% are customers. They're trading. They're using the products. They're getting into e-commerce. They're leveraging social media. They're taking advantage of some of the travel benefits. But 90% of individuals, they do not build the business. There's 10% that have built to this company to where it is now. 250,000 plus customers, impacting lives in over 100 different countries, creating hundreds of six-figure earners, multiple educators in all different languages. This is because 10% of individuals built this global business. So the same thing goes with anything that we want to look at. If we want to look at building our body, guess what? It's the 20% of things that we eat that is going to end up creating 80% of what we look like. Believe it or not. 20% of how we spend our time is going to produce 80% of the results. So what is the 80% of what we're doing right now that maybe is not conducive, that's not allowing us to grow, that might be keeping us stagnant? So when we say have more doing less, the less could be less social media, could be less scrolling, could be less hanging out with individuals who don't see the vision, could be less time watching Netflix and maybe more time on Go Live, less time on the internet, whatever that is for all of us. We all have our own. To be able to do less, to have more, but that's the simple principle of Pareto. There's 20% of our effort that's going to produce 80% of the results, whether we're talking about with trading, building an e-commerce business, scaling your organization, building a brand on social media. Think about it. If we were to just post whatever it is, five posts every day, 3 posts throughout the week, that 20% is going to end up creating 80% of the growth that you're looking for on social media. Just by doing the little things, staying consistent, you're going to gain followers, you're going to gain comments, likes, you're going to gain more engagement just by focusing on the 20%. So I want to keep it super simple today. I didn't really want to go too in depth, but this is always a great topic to really think about. How are we spending our time? There was somebody that was asking a question this morning. He's like, I want to quit my job so I can go all in on my business. And it was interesting. Our mentor said, well, how many hours do you think you need to put in every day? He's like, man, I got to put in at least 8 hours a day for my business. He said, well, what time do you work right now? He says, I work from 9 to about 5. He said, so you have from 6 to 11 to work right now. You have 5 hours to take advantage. You're not taking advantage of the 5 hours that you have. So what makes you think quitting your job so you can have double the hours? What makes you think that's going to be more effective? Interesting, right? He said, in fact, you could even cut amount of time that you have when you get out of work. Let's say you had 5-6 hours. Even if you cut that in half to 2 or 3, you could be more productive in those 2 or 3 hours than you're going to do in that whole 5 to 6 doing nothing. And you could end up being able to quit your job strictly by making 3 times more part-time than you are actually working full-time at your job. Then you can quit your job. That's what the mentor said. When you make 3 times more than your job on a side gig, then you can go ahead and quit your job and jump into that full-time. But until then, leverage the full-time job, work on the part-time fortune part-time, and eventually that part-time is going to supersede the full-time income. But so many of us underestimate, even including myself, what we can do in 1 hour, what we can do in 2 hours. So true. So true. All of us have distractions. All of us have things that take us away from our focus. That's what Napoleon Hill said. One of the toughest things for a human is to sustain a period of focus long enough to allow the thoughts to go ahead and manifest into reality. And I believe this comes with really getting intentional with Pareto's principle. Focus is key. My mentor gave us an exercise years ago. He said every hour, put an alarm on your phone and give yourself a check. You can name it whatever you like. Maybe it's a gratitude awareness, rampage of appreciation, focus alert, whatever you want to make that notification. But this is a game changer because all of us get distracted. And I'm becoming more and more intentional about this, getting throughout the journey, because I know what it's like to be there too. But trust me, when we can really focus on our thoughts and be aware of what thoughts come in, you're going to notice how many things that we don't even need to be thinking about. All of the time that's spent thinking on lack, fear, doubts. Be intentional about that today. And as soon as that thought comes in, switch that to something positive. Switch that to a focus of manifesting, of goals, of feeling good. And over time, this makes a huge difference. I'm doing this right now. I was doing it in the shower just now. I had a thought that came in, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just switch this to something positive. And that energy sustained throughout the day, I promise you, leaves completely different aura inside, and it reflects on the outside. So, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you guys got any value for today, go ahead and drop some fours down below. Smash that like button if you're ready to go ahead and be intentional with our time. Put on the tunnel blockers and lock in until AZ, because this is going to be one of the biggest events of the year. Appreciate you, fam. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hands. Have a phenomenal day and go out and turn these dreams into reality. I'll see you guys tonight, fam. It's game time. Let's grow.